just going to go ahead and start off with a few quick questions about your HOBY experience as a junior facilitator, if that's all right with you. The first one is, how would you explain one of your personal successes and personal failures at this year's seminar? And how did those affect you as a leader? One failure I had about this seminar, okay, let's see. I think I was just really worried about getting close with my group, and I was really scared that there would never be an it factor. I was always just really terrified that we would walk away and we'd never speak again, and yeah, I was really worried about that, especially for the first couple of days. And then HOBY Olympics hit, and I had nothing to worry about. My group was so sweet and so well working. They just hit it off, and I didn't even need to be worried about that. And I understand that it's especially for first year junior facilitators, it's such a hard time when your group doesn't bond at first, and it's a thought in everybody's mind, but sometimes you just got to overcome it and understand that it's going to take some time for new people to get adjusted to each other. So I'm a little upset that I was so worried about that for so long, but it also helped me understand that good things. And I'm just going to ask you to imagine a world without PMA. How would you go about spreading PMA without the assistance of warm fuzzies? Warm fuzzies really are a lifesaver, aren't they? They really do help you understand what it's like to feel a sense of PMA. Without warm fuzzies, I think I would go about spreading love and positive mental attitude through example, because warm fuzzies are a way of sharing love through words and kindness and compliments. Those can only get you so far, because words, you can talk the walk, but you gotta walk the talk. And example is the only way to really make a difference. You're not gonna give back by saying, oh my gosh, I really want to serve at my food drive. The only way you're gonna give back is if you actually do it. So leading by example is probably the best way to spread PMA throughout the community. Warm fuzzies really help, but without example, you're not really gonna get anywhere. Using the philosophy of true colors, I want you to tell me a song that describes you and why you chose that song. Oh, if you were to pick a position to apply for this year, which one would it be? And why do you want to volunteer your time for HOBY Kansas?
I were to pick any song to describe myself as a blue, I think I would decide on I Won't Give Up by Jason Mraz. Oh, there it is. Simply because this song kind of just, it shows that even though we might go through rocky times, that I'm always going to love you. No matter what, I'm going to show you actions that show that I care, because it's not worth it to be mean in a world that's already so mean sometimes. So yeah, this song kind of just describes that you'll always have a home in me, and I will always be willing to make the effort to make you feel appreciated and loved, and that you know that I won't give up.
What is one strength that you have that would make you a good junior facilitator, and how might that strength be a struggle at times? When it comes to my strengths, I would have to say I'm a very caring individual, and I care a lot about how people feel about me and how I feel about others and their feelings and my feelings. And that can be a real struggle when it comes to relationships and building a foundation with other people, because I can get hurt more easily and I can feel more distant because I feel like there's not a connection, or I feel like I'm not getting the same response back that I want, which can be a struggle. But overall, I do care a lot about what people think and how they feel about me, because I really want my name to have a good taste in their mouth rather than something icky, you know? Another one of my strengths, I would have to say, is not being afraid to stand up in front of a crowd. I'm not afraid to let go and have a good time. I'm not afraid to make my voice heard, which is a really good thing, especially when you're trying to make a difference in your community. it can also be a negative aspect because sometimes it's just not the right time to be having fun. Sometimes it's just not the right time to make your opinion heard. There's a specific time to have conversations with others and civilized interactions, and there's a time to be crazy and be stupid and be have fun. They're two different things, but sometimes my mind is like, why not combine them? Why not have fun and get to know another person? But that's not always the best thing. So that's one strength that I have that can also be a negative aspect of myself. Yet another strength of myself is that I'm not a very impulsive person. It takes some convincing to get me to do something. I kind of have to think through something to make sure it's the right decision. But sometimes that can be a problem because I take too long to make a decision. I'm like, I don't want to make the decisions, you go for it. And then I'm sitting in the car trying to decide where to go to eat because I don't know. So that can also be a problem because I get in these really big grooves where I just go through the same routine all the time, where I just let myself fall into a habit because I don't want to switch things up because I'm not a very impulsive person, which sometimes can be a good thing, but also can sometimes be just not very fun. It can be kind of boring sometimes. That's another problem. So that's a strength of myself. It's a strength because I think through my decisions when I do them, and I make sure that it's the right thing to do. It's not rocky area, it's not gray area, you know. So I make sure that when I make a decision, it's the right thing most of the time. 5 to 10 years might seem like a lot, but time really flies when you're having fun. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? In 5 to 10 years, do you see yourself as a senior facilitator? Because if you do, what position interests you?
5 to 10 years from now. We'll start with 5 years. So 5 years from now, I would really like to be in my senior year of college, thinking about Kansas State University. Go Cats. And then I'm also thinking I want to major in nutrition and business. And I would really, really enjoy to, after my senior year, open up a business after taking probably out a loan. Starting a business that I could turn into a restaurant that specifies and understands people's specific dietary needs and cater to them so that way they don't have to feel like they have to constantly eat at home, that they can go out and enjoy a meal that they don't have to cook, that they don't have to worry about making. So I think that would be really awesome. And then, I don't know, from there, I'd really like to be thinking about finding a stable living environment. I mean, that's probably good. Gosh, 5 years seems so long away, but it's really not. 10 years, I'd really, really, really love to start a family. That's my big goal, is to adopt children, because that just seems like the best option for me. And yeah, I really want to have a family. And even if not, like, hopefully I'm on the road to doing that, and hopefully I have a career that's stable, that's getting me through, you know, at least. And I hope I'm just living a life that I love and not regretting decisions that I make, but like making sure that I'm finding my happiness in whatever I do. So 10 years from now, I hope that I am really starting to feel satisfied with my life. As for HOBY in the next 5 to 10 years, I would really, really love to still be volunteering. I would love to have the opportunity to serve on senior staff as a senior facilitator. That would be awesome. Because I just love getting to work with the individuals and groups, because just seeing them grow out of their shells and watching them step out of their comfort zones and watching them realize that they really are such amazing individuals with so many amazing leadership qualities, that is probably the most amazing thing about HOBY. Just getting to see kids grow up and realize that they have so much potential in this world, and that's awesome. So getting to participate on senior staff as a senior facilitator would be so cool. But what if, like, someday it would be so awesome to be like the director of HOBY Kansas, like get everything into line. And I think that would be so cool, because although I am a primary blue, I used to be a big gold, so getting to plan all that stuff out would just be so much fun. So maybe 10 years from now, I'll be sitting in Danielle Serby's place.